It's About Time features dynamic women that will share the pivotal moments that changed their lives forever. From hilariously funny to gut-wrenchingly painful, from outlandish to acts of incredible bravery, each story will take you on an emotional journey. These are the moments that inspired us, captivated our minds, energized our souls, and motivated us to realize that this is our time. I'm Kelly Lamb, and I invite you to join us as we uncover the life-altering events that shaped who we are and fueled our pursuit of purpose. Let's celebrate the women, their resilience, strength, and the unique journeys that defines us as human beings. Hi, Jillian.
Hi.
Thank you for taking the time amidst your out-of-town, exciting mastermind group that you're in right now. And after meeting you and hearing you speak and talk about your story at Become, it's amazing when you don't know somebody what really is behind their pursuit of success and happiness. And it really was enlightening. I know that we had your business in our magazine a long time ago, but it really wasn't about your story, and it resonated. And I thought she has to be part of this book. So I'm honored that you want to share your story that's going to inspire and motivate, if not one person, several other women, because that's our dream, is to hope that we can help all women succeed. So Jillian, if you'll take a moment, just introduce yourself, what you represent, what inspires you, and then we'll go from there with a few questions so that readers can know a little bit about you, that if they've never met you before.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for all those kind words. I think about my journey, and it's not always been like an easy one. I think, and that's a big part of my story, is I had two really big failures and changes in my life, and it's really what catapulted me forward. So, I'm Jillian Tedesco. I'm a mom of two boys. I'm the founder of a local company here in St. Louis called Fit Flavors. We make and prepare healthy meals to go for anyone who's really health conscious and busy. And I'm married to my wonderful husband, and I'm a Christian. And I think that's really the foundation of who I am, is that I am a Christian. And that's a big part of my story and my journey, is because when I found out about God, I mean, I guess I always knew him, but I didn't really, quotation marks, know him.
Have a relationship with him, right?
Yeah. And, once I walked through that door and decided like I was going to go down that path of faith and serving the Lord, my life just changed. And he continues to guide me and lead me onto new roads I never thought I would ever go down, and just change who I am from the inside out. I've had a lot of healing and overcoming of stuff in my life, and it was only because of him.
Yeah,
So,
we're in a windstorm right now. We're picking up.
oh yeah, sorry.
The wind. It must be nice weather. Well, I want to excuse me. I know Fit Flavors, and it was a wonderful um, wonderful situation for us when my mom needed help and being able to make food easier. And then as far as us being on the go all the time, I mean, it's an incredible service that you've built that really helps us to eat healthy when we don't have time to make or to be able to do that. But I want to start with a question here. Do you know the name of your chapter, first of all? Have you come up? I know you've written your story, but sometimes it takes a moment to figure out, what are you actually going to call it? What resonates?
I pulled a lot of this information from my book that I wrote, where I tell my whole story and give my philosophy. My whole book's about my philosophy on how to really shift your mindset, and got a framework in there for people to follow that I still use today in many aspects of my life, anytime I'm trying to make like a change. And it's not a quick change. And so, but there is a point in my book where I really talk about my encounter with God, because everything I've ever done is because of him. So I'm leaning towards my encounter with God for the title.
Yeah, I like that. That's great. Love it. What inspired you to share this particular story in It's About Time? And you gave some nuggets when you were just, but maybe in more of a clarifying sentence to really understand what inspired you.
Yeah, inspired me to tell my story.
Yes, to share it.
Yeah. So to be completely honest and frank, I was very hesitant. And that's just a fear I had.
Mhm.
And I think a lot of people deal with these things. I mean, this is a very common thing, but it's real. And when you're going through it, you just think it's like overpowering you. Like, why would anyone want to hear this? Or I can't tell, people are going to judge me. And so like, that's that lie that I had in my head. But for so long, I heard God telling people, share your story, tell them about me. And, you know, God really had pursued me to tell my story in the book. And originally I wanted to start writing a cookbook, which turned into me giving nutrition advice. And my publisher was like, Jillian, this is a book. This is far beyond what a cookbook is. You need to write a book. And I was like, I don't want to do that. And then finally broke down and said, okay, I'm going to write it. God was like, here are the words. And I remember I sat down and I wrote chapters and chapters so quickly. And I remember typing in my office and going, how is this coming out of me? You're pulling this out of me. This isn't even me writing this book. It was
Wow.
wild. Yeah, it was wild.
Wow. That's
So
incredible.
I think what inspired me was him just kind of giving me the nudge and the kick in the butt. Like, you just do it. I'll help you. So
Yeah, sure.
faith, the walk of faith, just knowing maybe it could help somebody else, when they
Mhm.
read and, people hear what you go through, they're like, well, I can do that too, so.
Well, and it's true because when I heard you talk before and speak, you talked about something that happened to you, and we all think we may look at you and think, oh, here's the successful woman, she's just, her life must be grand and perfect. And, a lot of times we do that. We get caught up thinking that, but, you went through your own struggles to get to where you are and make some pretty big choices.
Mhm.
Um, and I remember you saying to me too, that you're in a place now, which is wonderful, where you're realizing that you don't want to miss your kids growing up,
Yeah.
and what kind of team and what kind of empire can you build so that you can be able to do what you do, inspire others, but also be able to be a mom and be a wife and enjoy that. Because boy, let me tell you, it goes by really, really fast. And so you don't want to miss those times
Mm.
with your family.
Everybody says that.
Yeah.
Everybody
So I want
says
to
that.
ask you, was there a moment while you're writing your chapter that really empowered you? Or you did say that you did say about being hesitant that, maybe someone would judge you for that and you had to get over that really quick. So what was something that empowered you, emotionally moved you by writing your story?
I just felt like I had to be faithful, like obedient to God. It's calling to me. Like, um, I was writing the book to, if I was writing it originally for the customers with the philosophy in there around the nutrition and the mindset. It was all for them. And the obedience came through telling my whole story, not holding back, share my flaws as well. That's going to help people realize how you get to the other side mentally with all with your nutrition or with anything you're struggling in life. And so sharing my story, that vulnerability, I felt like opened me up for people to actually take what I said and like know it's coming from a real person who's been through something. So I think really I just felt that call to be obedient, and just walk in faith and really just, I think the thing that scared me the most was knowing that my employees would know that stuff about me. And I was like,
Yeah.
more so than probably the community. Like, I just for my employees who I lead, and like, they're going to know all this. So,
You want them to see the vulnerable side, right?
yeah, so,
You've got
and
it all together is what you want them to think.
yeah, yeah, and just my faith in God. Not even so much that, but more just like my putting my faith out there, and my beliefs in Christianity, and believing what I believe about God. And you're always, I guess, nervous you're going to get persecuted or something from
Yeah,
people.
I had another author that we're speaking to earlier, and I was saying the words that you're saying, that I don't have that ability to just talk like she does about it, and that's just something that you find that right thing, that right moment, I guess you should say. So my last question to you is, how did this pivotal moment in your life, and it seems that it's when you really found your place with God. I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I heard you speak before on it and how it changed everything. But how did this pivotal moment change you? Not in just right now, this season, but looking forward, the long haul of your life. How do you see this? How it's changed you?
Like, are you referring to just my faith and coming
Well,
to God?
your pivotal moment. You told me what the chapter of your story is, and it
Oh,
obviously where you're at
yes.
right now has a lot to
Yeah.
do with faith and the strength that you have through God, which has
But
really
losing the
changed you.
business and
Yeah.
getting back up again.
How does it help
Um,
you in the long haul?
you know, so I've definitely, so it's funny, like that's the story in the book is like that was
Mhm.
my big moment. But I truly feel like God allowed me to go through something way darker, way longer, way more hard than that was several years following it. And after getting through two of those and being able to articulate the things that I did and felt and how I worked with him to get through it, I feel like I can work with him to get through anything. So I think the most pivotal thing that has happened to me is my confidence in my faith and my truth in him. And so like it's just falling back on that when I'm weak and I feel like I can't do something. So it's like I know that he's not going to leave or forsake me, like, but you still fear all the time. And there's so many times in the Bible God says do not worry, have no fear. And so like having been through the valleys with him makes just the plains so much more enjoyable. Even the
Yeah,
mountains more bearable, you know. So it's or more enjoyable. The valleys are more bearable.
sure.
Valleys are more
Yes,
bearable.
because we're still gonna have those, right? Those never end. Life keeps happening, but it's through your faith
You know,
and
I want to say one more thing too. And
yeah, please.
you think about like when we're in our valleys, that's when we need God the most and we're crying out to him. And then when we're on our mountaintops, do we forget about him? He's
Oh
still
yeah.
there. He still wants us every day. But until we struggle and until we find our weakness, that's when we need him. So I think the thing that I learned too was God, I want you on my mountaintop. Like I want to be with you every day. And I think learning to foster a relationship that's beyond just the valleys of praying for like help me, but more on the gratitude and the worship and the praise. That's how I've been changed too.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I can remember being, well, a few times being a place of on my knees, actually, asking and praying for help and in a very victim mode of why me, and you do forget when you're in a really great moment to remember to get up and be thankful every day for what you do have, because we do tend to really reach out when there's some bad times, but forget to keep him there in our presence when things are really great. So
Yeah.
that's a really great statement that you've said, to even from myself, and I'm sure others will resonate with that. And so I look forward to reading your story and having your story, and it's about time, and sharing with others to help motivate them and know the importance of God. That seems to be, your word right now that you really want it to resonate. That Fit Flavors is awesome. It's amazing. You are flavoring the
Oh,
world with all that you do, but there's so much more behind you than just you and your team and everything you're bringing into people's homes to eat. There's so much more that there is to offer.
yeah. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, Jillian. I appreciate your time. Go enjoy your retreat that you're at, and look so forward to seeing you again in person.
Thank you, Kelly. Have a blessed day.
You too. Thank you, Jillian. Bye.